Happy Wednesday. Final hour session just after 3 p.m. Eastern time on the 16th. A lot of noise today. Trump tests the market. It's actually literally in the headline news. That's why I want to pull up right here. Trump tells GOP lawmakers he will likely fire Powell soon. That was like a reaction this morning, and then it was denied. It was like White House source, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if this is, hey, if I said this, if we did this, how's the market going to react? Well, clearly today the market was going to react adversely to that, and so it was denied, question mark. And we're right back where we started. So intraday noise, markets end up going nowhere. We had the lows at 62, which is what I've been talking about. Watch 6,200, watch 6,300. So our highs yesterday, lows today, as well as the 7th. If the market can't breach 62, can't breach 63, we're stuck right now. So it's what it is. So watching some key levels. We'll see. But obviously thought it was pretty interesting. I'm looking at any other highlights here. Anything else on Trump? Trump announces trade deal with Indonesia, 19% tariffs. New inflation data as crypto week hits snag. Trump says Powell is terrible for not lowering interest rates, denies plans to fire him. So there you go. This is what I'm talking about. Just a bunch of noise, man. Trump says Powell is terrible for not lowering interest rates, denies plans to fire him. And yet, what is headline number one? Tells GOP lawmakers he will likely fire Powell. He can't. He can't. He has no authority to do that. Anyway, noise, noise, noise. All right, so here's the noise in the day. We started off with some chop suey, made some money in the SPX this morning. Big drop, pullback. These are the two levels we were trading this morning. 62.80, 62.25. Grabbed some profit early in. Happy with that overall. This morning per contract, we made about 30%, 29.6% in SPX. We're still in between the levels for the day. That's fine. Had we done a dead zone trade, we talked about this morning in daily profit play. Had we focused on a dead zone trade between, let me go SPX here, between about 62.40 and 62.60, we had some direction here, but it was so short-lived. I mean, that test of 6,200, it was so short-lived. I just thought if we really stick between this like 62.40 and 60 zone, I obviously don't want to finish in the dead zone today. I do want to ask, do I have any daily profit play students that were trading somewhere around this like 6,200 zone today? It pivoted hard at 62. I was curious if there was any ability to get a fill like a 6205 or 6200 that pushed us down about 0.95%. So I was actually looking. I had a 6200 by 6195 pending order. Didn't fill at 275, and then once the market was dropping pretty aggressively, I watched the VIX taking off to the upside. The VIX was ripping during my 11 a.m. profit panel. This is just after 11 o'clock. We went from, here's 1050 at 1706 VIX all the way up to 1950. So the VIX went all the way up today, 14.9%, and then faded all the way back down to be negative on the day. Like, what a stupid day. Like, just dumb noise, right? This is why, it's noise until it actually shows some confirmation. We're looking at MicroStrategy going higher. We're looking at Bitcoin still being fairly steady. Gold, kind of a toss-up day, like up and then faded. It's still a green candle. Silver, pausing. Dollar index. A lot of volatility on the dollar index. Here's currency strength. Japanese yen, top of the food chain. Dollar, really weak, and then coming back a little bit to the zero line. Japanese yen getting a little bit stronger. So a slightly stronger Japanese yen today. What's that look like on some of those yen crosses? Aussie yen, red candle. CAD yen, red candle. A lot of volatility, though. Look at that thing. That's a lot of volatility. So high, low, 150 pip move on the CAD yen. Swiss yen, all to the downside. Down about 150 pips. Not bad. Euro yen, 140 pips. Pound yen, probably in the high 150, 170 pips on the pound yen. New Zealand yen, 125 pips, dollar yen, a lot of noise here. High, low, 220 pips. Wow, 220 pips on the dollar yen. That is some volatility. IBIT jump. Yeah, I mean, it's up a little bit. It's up 2.58% of the day. Not breaking highs or anything yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a bit of a pullback here just to shake things out. Bitcoin pullback, I think, is likely. Maybe come back to retest the 112 500 zone, 112 300 zone. If we come back and retest, 112 to 110, I think it would be a little bit more alarming if we take out 100 or this 98,000 low. I'll repeat that. If we take out 100,000 or 98,000 low, I think that puts a little bit more of a concern on this as a near-term top. If we just hang out with a nice little surge, little consolidation, something like that, and then we go higher, then Bitcoin marches higher, right? So Ethereum, I did get a chart alarm on Ethereum today. Ethereum is absolutely crushing it, which is pretty exciting. EETH also crushing it. Here we go, ETHA up. If you took this position with me in my project options edge, we're doing pretty well. ETHA, again, I didn't take this trade to intend to hold it long term, but it's just a nice little catch-up trade, up about $7,400 in the last week. I've had this trade open. It doesn't even show when I opened it, but it wasn't that long ago. I think I opened this a week ago. Let me check my project options edge here in Telegram. Project options edge, right in here. Apple, coin, Qs, SPY, ES, SPX. There it is. That would have been July 8th. So just over a week. Bought it at 1977, level 2 at 1150, which hasn't been filled. Looking to target a 50% gain. Right now we're up about 29%. So if this gets up to 50%, I'm starting to move some stop losses in here to trap some profit. So the nice thing is there's more upside. If we get 1977 up to the highs around 30 bucks, 30, 1023 at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so if I get up over 13K, I'm going to start looking to trap some profit on ETHA. Not a bad little bump. Yeah, I saw that too, William. And yesterday it was up a ton, right? Baidu was up a bunch yesterday and just gave it all back. Like what a swing. So we in the last 3 days we had Baidu up as high as 9.94%, and then right now it's pretty much back to flat. So we were up 9.94, and after today it is up a whopping 0.6%. Talk about disappointing. So I'm just hanging in there on Baidu. I'm not sure why this got hit hard, but Jeffrey cuts profit target, I'm assuming. Yeah. I still think technically it has the ability to squeeze up to like 105 or 115. Just don't make it a global trade war. I'm sure it's going to be okay, but still not fun. Just selling some calls on. I have shares of Alibaba, Baidu, JD. Anything happening today? So big drop in the S&P for the top 50-day moving average. So we went from having about 83% of stocks above the 50-day now down to 60%. The 200-day, 63% down to 54%. The Nasdaq, 87% above the 50-day, now only 64%. And the 276% down to 66%. So market breadth has retreated a little bit. We still have earnings kicking off. This is all financials. We have Netflix tomorrow after market. We'll see if that gets the markets excited about something. Maybe, maybe not. I did pull some AI guidance this morning out of JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup. Driven by robust consumer banking, investment banking activity. Forward guidance reflects a cautious outlook due to tariff-related uncertainties and potential economic slowdown. JP Morgan's the most optimistic, citing resilient economy and positive policy developments, while Wells Fargo and Citigroup emphasize client caution, macroeconomic risks. Bank's collective view aligns with JP Morgan research projection of robust but volatile growth in 2025. Well, robust but volatile. So what does that look like? Well, this is robust. This is volatile. So if we're going to continue to go higher, it would be nice to see like that doesn't count. I'm sorry, but the dip we've all been waiting for today isn't it, in my opinion. This is testing the waters. So, from the 6,300 high, a 1.61% dip, I think that's just testing. I think that's testing the noise, honestly. What's crazy is I'm looking at this on the SPY. This level has actually gotten a little bit larger through the week. Like, call me crazy here, but I wouldn't be surprised. You want to write this down? I think we can test, 628 to 630 by the end of the week. The hard part is I don't know what day it's going to be, right? Like, is it going to be all the way into Friday's expiration? Is it going to be tomorrow? I'm just thinking, like, it'd be nice to grab. I'd like to put on a butterfly spread and see if I can just get this to pay me. But if I put a butterfly spread up here for tomorrow and price is just sideways again tomorrow, it's not going to get me there. If I put it there for Friday and it gets there tomorrow, I'm not going to get my full profit. But let me see something here. Okay, let me see something. I'm going to look at the SPY. Okay, I'm going to look at the SPY. This should be cheap enough on Friday to play. We can go 630 here. Why does this keep happening? There we go. All right. So let's go 630. If I do a call fly. So if I pin a 630. So for 22 cents, I can make 180 bucks. Now that's full profit at the end of the day, Friday. I don't think we're going to get there, but if we at least go up tomorrow or Friday to try to test 629 or 630, this should be trading for a bit more profit. Now I want to build this out on option strat really quickly to make sure that the time doesn't affect me. So I'm going to go long call butterfly, build this out. This would be on the SPY. Expiration is going to be the 18th. I would pin the 30 and go 2 wide. That's the equivalent of 20 wide on the SPX. So costs about $22 to get in the trade, max profit of 9. But let's see what tomorrow during the day looks like. Tomorrow, if we get to the... All right, so here's the good and the bad. The good is I can probably turn this into a 100% winner. So if tomorrow, by closing bell, we're trading around 628 or 629 or 630, there's a chance I could turn this to nearly 100% winner. Okay, we go into opening bell on Friday. Opening bell Friday, if we're up into those highs of 629, 630, now we can make closer to 200% on the trade. So if I hit it tomorrow, there's a fighting chance. If I hit it by Friday, Friday is where the getting gets good. 9 a.m. or 9:30 open all the way into the end of the day. If we're at 9:28, 9:29, 9:30, that looks a little bit better. If I want to go a little bit wider in this one, the debit cost maybe 3 wide. Let's go 3 wide here. Okay, now it costs me 40 bucks. Where can I pull? See, Thursday by closing bell. I can pull about a 1. I think this is pretty good. I'm going to take this trade. This is going to be for my double ups. I'm going 628, 630 by 632. I might go, let me see if the strike is way off here. 24 cents. Let me see, 3 wide. 55 bucks on that one. Let's see. That offers me a 4-to-1 potential. If I go 2 wide, 2 wide, this one offers me about a 8-to-1 potential. I'm going to take this trade here. I'm going to take this trade. All right, so 20, let me see if I get 25 cents. 25 cents for a Friday expiration. This is going out for my double up service. Okay, 25 cents filled. This is going double up, putting it in the tracker, getting this issued in the alerts right now. This is SPY 718 expiration. Buy the 627 call. Sell the 629 call. Buy the 631 call. 25 cent debit. This is a low risk, high reward setup. with my SPY liquidity level at 630 that has increased in size all day post Trump firing Powell dismissal. If 25 cents debit is offering 100% or more credit, I'll consider taking profit. Thursday or Friday, if SPY is near 629 to 630, this should offer greater than 100% profit potential. Okay, so that trades in. Okay, posting this in the tracker right now. $627 call, $629 call, $631 call. Okay, 25-cent debit. Now, that's not a bad trade. I do want to have another look at the downside back to like 6,200, or in this case, lows around like 618. I might look at the same trade to see, like, you know what, maybe by the end of the week we test the same low as today. Okay, and see if I can get, you know, one of these trades to hit by the end of the week. And whether we hit this is the liquidity level I'm talking about. Like, this is all the way up to, you know, 1,400. That's like $1.4 billion sitting on a 630 strike. I'm going $1 lower than that to try to get up in this area. If we fall back to these lows at 619 again, I might just put in a butterfly spread down there as well and see what this looks like if I do 619. So I would be buying here, selling here, buying here. That's a cheaper debit. That'd be testing today's lows. Let me go 620 and see what that cost me. 17 cents. Okay, I'm going to take this trade. Let me see if I can get in here for 15 cents. This one offers like almost 12 to 1. Yeah, about 12 to 1. Pretty close. That's like perfect profit. I don't think I'm going to get there, but if I can turn this into a nice little winner, I'm gonna try. Okay, let's see if we get in here for 15 cents. I should be able to get in for 17. 16, no. 17, come on, no whammies. 17 cents, putting in another trade here. Okay, SPY 716. SPY 718 expiration. Buy the 622 put. Sell the 620 put. Buy the 618 put. $0.17 debit. All right. This is a trade I'm pairing with the SPY 629. So SPY 718 expiration, buy 622 put, sell the 620 put, buy the 618 put, 17 cents debit. Looking for 17 cents to offer 150% or 200% profit and finish net positive Ideally between the call butterfly and put butterfly, I'm looking for net profit by Thursday or Friday. Okay, so updates will come to see how I manage those trades. One in for 25-cent debit, one in for 17 cents debit. I have more of the gamma level at the upside, so if this one gets up to 125, 150%, then I can close out the other one and take the net win. That's ideally what I'd like to look for, is try to get like 150 to 200% on one of these trades and then close out the other one for a loss. Okay, it could be a full loss, but as long as I'm squeaking out 150, 125, 150, 200%, which they have potential to be a lot more than that. So we'll see what we get. But this continues to grow. This is up to 1.6 billion right now. All right. So those are the two trades. I'm going to put in another position here. I'm going to save this trade actually. Let me go to add a buy put, add a sell put, add a buy put. This one's going to be pinned at 620, 622, 618, and push this one up to there. Okay, so now go all the way to expiration. Let me see if I can zoom in here. There. That's what I have going on this trade. So there's a bit of a dead zone here where my max risk would be collectively about $41 per contract. Well, I guess 25 cents and 17 cents. So whatever I'm trading here. But I have two little trap zones that if price gets up to 630, okay, or down to 620 by Thursday, Friday, we should have some type of out of the money move that pays me hopefully greater than 125 to 150%. If I can get that bigger win, then I'll close out both positions and take the net difference. Okay, so I'm looking for a net profit on the two. All right, so we'll see how that plays out. That's in for double ups. Until then, overall noisy day. Market was down another 0.95% and then ripped back up to actually go slightly higher. I think we ended up getting up above 1% today. So this was initially the high. It was about a 0.96% move. So if you go from high to low here when the day started, 0.96, about 0.96 to 97% to the downside. And then we actually rallied off of that level, about 1.07. So, and the VIX has retreated all the way down to 1703. So that's probably just over that 1% move. I mean, part of me wants to sell like right now, kind of. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but let's see what the fill is in the last 20 minutes of trading. It's probably garbage, but I'm curious. SPX for today, we're trading at 67. If I sold a 70 by 75, I get 90 cents. I get 240 here, which puts my break even around. That's actually the break even. So this is maybe not a bad trade. Can we stay below 70? Actually, let me switch this around. Really? You're making me charge? It's like going to be a debit for Broke Wing Butterfly? You crazy. That's ridiculous. Not sure why this is going to ask me for a debit. That's annoying. That's a Broke Wing Butterfly that is offering 0 credit. That's kind of surprising. So that's not going to work. If I sell the 70, what's my break even here? $1.25. That puts me at a break even at 71.25. That's a lot of risk for the last 8 minutes of trading. But based on the VIX, I'm curious, I don't know, I might take a little stab at this just in a second. Let me see. So we've gone up from the lows to the highs. There's that wick for the day. So low to high, 1.07. The VIX is down to 17. That's like pretty spot on. 1.06. I mean, that's like textbook rule of 16. So it gives me about a 5-point buffer here. We do have a gamma level at 71. I'm collecting $1.20 on the trade. Got 16 minutes left. Let's see if I can take this trade for $1.30 and let's ride this thing out. $1.25. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, SPX. $1.25 not filling. Let's try $1.20. I don't want to chase this down too far. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to set it out here for $1.50 and leave it there. If we get an increase here these last like maybe 6 minutes, last 16 minutes, maybe this fills me at $1.50, puts me a break even at 62.7150, maybe. I'll give it a chance. So there's a nice little gamma level at 70, 62.70, and I'm looking to see if I can keep my break even above that. Try to grab a few bucks. Hasn't filled yet though, but if we keep going green and trying to push just a little bit higher, maybe I can squeeze out a couple bucks here. Okay, right now that credit is going down a little bit. It wasn't really, I mean, I probably would have had to go down to like $1, 105. This might not fill. We've got 14 minutes. This may or may not fill. I'm trying to use that that gamma level ceiling to 62.70 in case we try to poke that thing, get me filled here at $1.50 maybe. But if it doesn't fill, no big deal. You know, no risk. Yeah, that 63 is definitely a standout level. 6,300 and 630 on the SPY. And price today just seems to do a pretty good job coming right back to the sticky zone of the morning, right around that 60 and 40 zone, 60 and 40 zone. All right, we've got 14 minutes, maybe a push up into 70. Maybe I get filled on that trade, sneak in a couple of bucks. Otherwise, the reflexive bounce today, you know, up on the day, back up near profit highs, P&L highs around 368, 369 this year, so up to 364. That's helped a little bit today. Let's check the portfolio. So P&L on the day, IBIT is up, Tesla is up, Ethereum up, Pfizer. Pfizer has earnings in August. MicroStrategy up. Got some bull call spreads, some shares in this one as well. Johnson & Johnson, we had earnings 164. That's a big rip. Oh, baby. Up about $3,500 on Johnson & Johnson. BITO, just getting some yield. That's up today as well. Silver, positive. Like, there's some good green in the portfolio today. Fair amount of green. I'll take it. Okay, going green. There we go. See what that fill looks like. A little bit higher. Okay, trading for $1 right now. Just going to watch this for a couple minutes. What other charts questions do we have? Anything else you want me to take a look at? ETHA. Oh, I got you, Larry. Nice, man. 150%. That's what I'm talking about. Great win. So yeah, I'm up 29% on the shares. You did some options and crushed it. That's awesome. I can't see anything about JP being. He's not, and he won't be. Honestly, like his term's up May of 2026. Trump doesn't have the authority to fire him. It's unbelievable that we even have that noise. Like, I don't understand how, you know, like reality doesn't just be like, you can't do that, Mr. President. Because I feel like if he told him, I just like, oh yeah, watch me, and then he'll do it. So anyway, but it's literally, I mean, that's why I pulled up the news. It's like headline news right here. Okay. There was like one of the top articles tells GOP lawmakers he will likely fire Powell soon. And then right down here, it says he denies it. I don't even know where it is. It's in here somewhere. Who cares? It's just noise. Okay, disapproval rating his record high. Cool. Jitters over Fed independence. Obviously, it was in here somewhere. 50% tariff on copper, August 1st. August 1st, that's just a couple weeks away. Where the heck did that go? There it is. No, that's not it. Oh, yeah, there it is. There says Trump says Powell is terrible for not lowering interest rates, denies plans to fire him. So you got CBS News with the dismissal, and then you had this front page, Buffalo local news. I mean, who knows, man? This is 3 hours old. It's old news. But you talk about like the test run in the market. Market got a taste of that today. What'd they do? They freaking dumped. So how about you keep your mouth shut unless you want to break the market there, Mr. Trump? It's probably what's going to happen. Market's not going to take it kindly. Yeah. No, I know. It was all like White House rumor mill. I don't care. This is all just annoying. It's all noise. I'm just saying that he doesn't have the authority to actually do it. And that's been from like the first rumor that it started this year. It's like he doesn't have the authority to fire the Fed chair. Like Powell would have to resign. But it's like you're trying to strong arm and put in like a silent Fed nominee that's like, hey, when this person takes over, and the market might try to do something weird like pricing something with like the next Fed chair, what the rate cuts are going to look like, and forward thinking and all this stuff. But again, Trump doesn't have the authority to fire Powell. All right, that bear call spread is all the way down to 20 cents now. Well, that was quick. Had I gotten in at like $1.05, I would have trade already for that. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this now. Cancel it. All right, 5 hours back. Chart alarm is going off. It is URA. What? There's some fresh highs on uranium. It doesn't really matter. I closed this thing out at $39. So I'm not too upset about it. I was running this one. This is one of my uranium trades. This is URA, which is kind of like, a spot price uranium. We've had several stocks like Oklo and some others that have just ripped to the upside. SMT has been one that's ripped to the upside. Anyway, we talked about these this morning. SMR, Oklo, BWXT, NNE. These are all like kind of nuclear plays that have gone very vertical since around April. So cracking some fresh highs. I don't have this trading longer. It was two things. I had a diagonal spread that I closed out for profit at these highs around $34, and I bought shares at 20 or 21 that ended up closing out at 39. So pretty good win on the uranium play. I feel like there's more to participate in, but I'm not going to chase a run that's gone up whatever. I mean, what's this move? It's up 104%. I'm not chasing these highs, nor am I repositioning at highs. Isn't taking trades close to the market riskier? Yeah, of course. It's all or nothing, man. But that's why I was trying to take the trade at like a better fill. If I got filled for like $1.25, $1.20, I know my break even would have been about 5 or 6 points higher. Based on the VIX, we probably wouldn't go above 62.70 today. And as you can see, the market has fallen back a little bit. So, I was looking at that trade right around the 62.66 level. I thought we probably won't get up too much higher than 62.70 based on the VIX. So today's reflex move that's up 1.07. That's like spot on rule of 16 from the VIX. VIX is trading at like 17. It puts us up to maybe 17.12 divided by 16, 1.07. This isn't an accident, folks. 1.07, 1.07. That's literally the bottom to the top today. That's a great rule to have in your playbook. Understanding how the market and the market makers kind of use volatility to call tops and bottoms for the day, right? So not by accident. It's pretty cool. But the only problem is like I would have been risking about $880 to place that trade, but we'd have to have like a surprise move through the VIX, which I just didn't see that happen in the last 20 minutes. So I would have had to settle on that trade for about I don't know, what's that trade offering now? 70 by 80. I mean, you saw me looking at this trade earlier at $1.25. It wasn't going to be a fill until probably $1.05 or $1. Now it's trading for 10 cents. So there's a quick, 80, 90 cents. Had I taken the trade at the lower credit, I tried to get it at a price I wanted, which is $1.25. So I didn't get filled. Okay. All right. Do we look at NVIDIA? Not particularly, but I mean, let's take a look at the heat map today. FinViz heat map today. We've got 69% of stocks advancing. Healthcare actually getting a big pop. I'm wondering if that's because of Johnson & Johnson earnings. Healthcare very green today. Johnson & Johnson up 6%. Eli Lilly up 2.28. This is probably aligned with Johnson & Johnson earnings. So I do have some naked puts on Johnson & Johnson. Probably looking better now. That was a nice little pop there. So J&J here up around $3,700. So bull put spreads, naked puts. Looking a lot better. Ooh, this is actually up a decent amount of profit. So 730 up around $544. That's not too bad. This is out to June of next. I mean, these are like, I'm not going to hold these all the way. These are out to next summer. So it is probably in my best interest to take some profit on J&J. I'm going to write that down for tomorrow. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll give it another day to decay. But J&J to protect. Also get some buying power back. That is a 20 wide naked put, 20 wide naked put. So yeah, I'll get some good buying power back. Cool. That's not bad. Close out for about $3,700 on J&J. I'll take that. So yeah, that brings up the healthcare space quite nicely. It'd be lovely to see some Pfizer joining suit. Pfizer's not getting earnings till August. Pfizer is actually down. It's down yesterday and down today, 24.60. I have a diagonal spread on Pfizer, but the premiums are so bad I haven't added a sell call yet. So my trade on Pfizer, oops. PFE, where's it at? There it is. So I got the $20 call, and that's it. This is out to next summer. So I'm hoping that we get a little bit of love here by the end of the year into Pfizer. I'd like to add some sell calls to this diagonal spread to lower my cost basis, but the premiums are so bad right now. Even going out to August, my break-even price, I'm only getting 6 cents. It's like this will increase. I mean, and at the money is like anywhere between 50 and 80 cents. So I mean, if price goes up a little bit, I'll add a covered call or I'll add a sell call to my diagonal. It's just the profits or the premiums are so bad. September. I mean, going out to my break even, it's like I get 15 cents. If price goes up, I get 60 to 70 cents. So I just want to see if price can just go up. Maybe earnings are decent. Maybe the healthcare space gets a bit of a lift. Maybe this is some sector rotation. Wouldn't be all bad. All right, 3 minutes for the close. Let's talk Mag 7 for a second. So Mags 56.64, just off of off these recent highs. Still battle back today on Mags. Apple 210. I did a ratio spread this week for Project Options Edge. Amazon down a little bit. AVGO still clinging to these recent highs. Google hanging out near these recent interim highs. Meta has faded a little bit off these all-time highs. Microsoft sitting near all-time highs. Netflix has earnings tomorrow after market. I do have a sell call for my Newsbreakers course, trying to sell this 1400 level if we get filled. We'd have to have a pretty big pop on Netflix, but I'm going to see if that fades out to next week. So we'll see. We might not get filled on the trade either. NVIDIA up here with that gap left yesterday that the H20 chips are going to be able to be sold despite the China situation, like China trade war, all that stuff. The H20 chips can still be sold. So NVIDIA got that pop yesterday, and that's what dragged the Qs higher. Tesla up today at 321. What do we have here? Drivers at fault. Spanish self-driving taxi service. Robo-taxis are running wild. Earnings is going to be next week on Tesla. Probably somewhat volatile there. Berkshire back down below the 20 or 200-day moving average. Bond market, a lot of volatility in bonds. See if the yields did the same thing. Noisy. Futures, currencies, big move on the Japanese yen today. Japanese yen was the strongest, faded a little bit, but by far the strongest, dollar weakest. We had over 200 pips of movement today on the dollar yen. Honestly, it was a lot of noise, but it was still a lot of movement in the near term. And yeah, I mean, Japanese yen had well over like 120 to up to 220 pips on the day. A lot of noise, a lot of indecision candles, but we saw some turning red today. Okay, what else? Advanced decline we did. Bell just rang. All right, well, that little that 62.70 would have been a fun trade to grab, but I wasn't going to take a trade less than $1. That's kind of where it was trading at, so it's fine, it's good, whatever. Still made some money on the day with daily profit play up on the day, and we've got some good runners. I mean, the runs on silver still looking good, Bitcoin still looking good, Ethereum's been an absolute beast. So this ownership of ETHA is looking good. Chart alarm set at 30. If we get a run, here's the actual spot price of Ethereum. If we get a run back to these recent highs, obviously there's resistance around this like 4,000 level. If we run any higher towards 4,800, that'd be all-time highs. That would be a heck of a catch-up trade. If we go Bitcoin versus Ethereum, look at this thing outperforming. Like, honestly, this is pretty impressive. High, low, lower, high, lower, low. Let me drag some symmetry here just to maybe get, and I don't know how technical this is going to be, but if I go high to low and then look for some symmetry, we could have Ethereum continue to outperform a little bit. And if it does, let's look at this like 28.6, 28.61. I'm going to go 28.7, 28.71 and call this BTC ETH symmetry. So if we hit that level, and maybe it's a good time to look to take some profit, where that puts the spot price of Ethereum, maybe we're making a run up to the 3,600 zone. I think we can get up into the fours. So that could be pretty exciting for another 20% to the upside in Ethereum. I would love it. That'd give me close to that 50% like I talked about, and probably just going to take some profit on ETHA. So, all right. So tomorrow's a new day. Remember some key levels. I've been talking about it all week. If you're in my Telegram, go into my Telegram channel. Let's see. We talked about those levels today in the profit panel. You can check out that session. We have those recordings available. And also this video that I posted, this would have been July 14th, so 2 days ago. I posted this on Monday. Watch the 6,300 highs, the 6,200 lows, key levels for the SPX. Market is literally bouncing back and forth. So we had a low here at 62. We had a low today at 62. We had the highs around 62.80 and change. We got up to 89 right here. We were just shy of 80 right here. We hit 6,300 on CPI on Wednesday, or I'm sorry, yesterday on Tuesday. But 6,300 still hasn't broken, okay? And 6,200 still hasn't broken. So where are we at? We're right in the middle. So where did I put that butterfly spread for my double up alerts? Right at the top and right at the bottom. So by Thursday, Friday, if markets want to sniff this high or low, hopefully that's enough to give me a triple-digit winner, takes a net profit between the two. Price stays in the middle, daily profit play works wonders. Okay. Waterfall, our win rate's 92.5%. I just posted that here. Daily profit play, we got 90.7%, 352 winners in the service so far. Waterfall income, 92.3%, 84 winners so far. Passive, low maintenance strategy. Not too shabby. Check it out. Okay. Off we go. We'll come back and do it again tomorrow. Okay. Daily profit play students, I'll see you in the morning. Have a good rest of the day. Take care. Bye. Thanks for being here.